I'm Mr. Gerald Ratner here from Gerald Online UK. So I have a few questions for you. Starting with, how do you see the online jewelry segment developing in India?
Well, I think it's very exciting because it is in its infancy to a certain degree. I think it's inevitable with technology developing that it's going to grow. It will have some hiccups on the way. It won't just be straight growth. Some people will say, well, it's not going to happen, or this is slow. But it definitely, with everybody walking around with laptops, mobile phones, the way that we live today, it's inevitable that people will buy their products online, just like it's happening in other parts of the world. So I think it's a very exciting situation, and I think it's very important to get in the early stage.
So are you looking forward to entering into the Indian market?
Yes, we're entering the Indian market today with Gerald Online, and although the market is different from the UK, because, for instance, the product, you only buy 18 karat gold. In England they buy 9 karat gold. So we have to make some changes. The big mistake is to be arrogant and try and transform a formula from one country to the next. However successful it is in that country, you can't just export it. You have to respect the local taste, and there's different ways of payment as well here. Perhaps there's not as many credit cards. So we have to be aware of all of that, but we're very excited about launching in India.
Also, keeping in mind the Indian market, like you said, there are payment issues and all, would you be entering just an online venture in India, or would you have an offline store as well?
No, we are just going online. Now, if you ask me what I would prefer, the best scenario is to have shops and have online. One complements the other, because you build a brand that way. That is the perfect scenario. But I'm too old now to build one shop at a time. The beauty of the internet is you can grow very quickly, and that's what I want to do. I'm not here to build one shop at a time over the net. I've done that when I was 30 and 40 in America and in the UK. I'm not going to do that in India, and now that the internet has more sophisticated and has developed further, I don't feel I need to do that. So the answer to your question is just online.
So in your opinion, which sector is very hot on the online market right now?
Well, I hope jewellery, as I'm going into jewellery. And one of the reasons why I think jewellery will be good is because it's an expensive product. It's a high-ticket item. And that attracts people who want to save money. And the internet is all about saving money, because your overheads supposedly are lower than shops, and you have to offer competitive prices. So if somebody's spending a lot of money on a diamond ring, they are more inclined to check the internet than somebody who's just buying a book or something for £5 or £10. They don't mind paying a little bit more for a cheaper item. But for a very expensive item, the internet is a big attraction. So we feel that jewellery will be good, although we accept that it's touchy-feely, and that, so we will get people sometimes returning stuff, and often we find that people are less adventurous on the internet. They buy simpler designs because they still feel a little bit worried about what they're going to get because they haven't seen it first.
So what would be the one piece of advice you would give a young entrepreneur in India?
Well, I would give a young entrepreneur in India the same advice as a young entrepreneur in England or anywhere, and that is that creating a business is not just about ideas, it's about execution. And I compare that to a great painter who has a vision, but also, if you look at the painting, he has got great detail. If you look at Canaletto in Venice, all those little boats with the little men in it and the waves, everything has got incredible detail to make the masterpiece it is. So it's no good just getting excited with all this technology and getting carried away and not bothering about the detail. You have to get that right. You have to have a vision and you have to have detail. And also, you have to be prepared to have setbacks and to be rejected. But don't be despondent, because rejection is the path to success. You will be rejected before you succeed. Nobody just succeeds first time.
What is the one unique way you found to market your product online and offline?
Well, it's in the early days we were doing pay-per-clicks and spending a lot of money on Google. But now in the UK the competition for these words is so expensive that you end up with marketing costs 25%, which is crazy. So you have to be more innovative. And the social media is very good, like Facebook and Twitter. There's a lot of reasons how you get up on Google. And the easy way is to just pay money. And that's really not the way today. It was the way years ago, 10 years ago, but today there's so much competition that you end up paying more for a product to get a sale than you make profit on it. So it's no longer the day of making big profit if you spend too much on the search engines. So you have to be innovative, and I believe that the best way to market yourself is to do it where people are buying your products online rather than television or radio. I'd rather, it's only my opinion, but I think it's expensive to go on television and radio. It is in the UK, and so I believe that online. But I must tell you that marketing is the most important thing. If you don't market your product, there's a lot of people out there that are for marketing, and if you don't do it, you'll go nowhere. So at least 4 or 5 different ways of marketing. You've got lots of different options, but you've got to market your product and not just cut prices. That is the most important thing. And it's not only about the lowest price. If you go round Mumbai, not all the cars are the cheapest cars. Not all the restaurants are the cheapest restaurants. People don't want that. So it's not a question of just lowering your prices. It's about clever marketing.
So lastly, what is your opinion on the e-commerce scenario in India and eTailing India Expo as a platform for e-commerce industries in India?
I think it's a great thing that people get together and they share ideas, networking. That's what it's all about, because this is a new, exciting industry, and you're always learning. It's not only a learning about your product. I know about jewellery, but I've got to learn about e-commerce in this venue like this, which I pick up lots of tips. So it's very important. I hope it does well. Thank you. Pleasure.